Hello, my awesome artists. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a fun robot. We're going to use our creativity, we're going to use our imaginations, and so I'm going to be showing you some ideas for drawing robots, but I want you to really create your own robot. It doesn't look like mine, and it doesn't look like the person sitting next to you. It's your own one. So I'm going to be giving you different ideas, and then we're going to color them with markers and water so it creates this watercolor look. I'm going to also email all of the teachers one of these. This is a handout that was put together by Cassie Stevens, and it gives you some examples of some different shapes that you can use to create your robot. So the kids will have some ideas so they can really use their creativity and, all have fun robots that all look different. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to show you on a dry erase board today how to draw, because we'll be erasing and yours isn't going to look just like mine, so I wanted to do it that way. I'm going to start out. Now, when you start yours, you're going to have a piece of watercolor paper, and the reason we're going to use watercolor paper, and teachers, I'll make sure everybody has enough, is because when you add that water to those markers, it's going to really do well on the watercolor paper and just absorb and just make the colors look more vibrant. So give the children a 9x12 piece of watercolor paper, turn it vertically with the long side going up and down, and I want you to fill your page as best you can with your robot. So try to make it big. You don't want a lot of white. You want him to fill the page because we're not putting a lot of background in this. So he's the main focal point. He's our main attention getter in this piece of artwork. So now on this one, I'm going to show you how I drew this one, but I want you to do yours however you want. I started at the top with a square, and it doesn't have to be a perfect square. It could be a funky square. And then I made some eyes, okay? So you can make your eyes however big you want. I just made 2 big circles like that. And then, so his eyes look a little different, I made these eyelids that go about halfway. So it's kind of like his eyes are halfway shut. And then I did the pupil. And I colored that in with my marker. Now, you can start out drawing with a pencil and go back later and outline this in Sharpie if you want. I gave a rectangle nose on this one. Maybe I'll give a triangle nose on this one. You decide how you want. I made little rectangles up there for his eyebrows. Maybe I'll just draw 2 little black lines this time. And for his mouth, I made a long rectangle. And then I'm going to make some little vertical lines for teeth. You decide how you want. Now, remember, you have the handout. You have this handout that shows you all these examples, okay? I'm going to come down a little bit with his neck. And let me go ahead and finish up his head. So I'm going to make, on this one, I put some rectangles. Maybe I'll put these little shapes here, kind of like his ears. You make it however you want. Maybe I'll make a little curlicue there. And on the top, I think this time I'll make a rectangle shape. Like that. Triangle on the top and a little antenna. I'm changing mine up a little bit. I want you to use your imaginations. Now think of your body shape, okay? They show you here on this handout, shows you different examples of body shapes. I'm going to make a big rectangular shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to add some details inside. I think I'm going to make a zigzaggy line that goes across. And I'm going to make a big circle. Maybe I'll divide it up. Maybe I have a big rectangle here. Maybe he has lots of gears and stuff in there. Buttons. Be creative. You can make your robot however you want it. Put some circles there. Maybe I'll put little dots inside. Maybe he's got some more buttons there. Okay, now let's do his arms. So I'm going to make it like this hand is waving. So I'm going to go straight down. Again, on your handout, it gives you examples. And I'm going to put a circle here like where his elbow is. And then I'm going to make this side go up. And another circle where his hand is. And then some fingers. They're just going to be rectangle shapes. on this handout, they made some of the robots have just little very simple hands. This one just has circles. That one has like a semicircle. And you can put some designs in there. I'm just putting some little stripes. And I think this arm's just going to kind of hang down. And then it'll come down. And then there's another hand with a circle. And then just kind of repeating what I did on the other one. And then I'm going to go back and put those stripes. Maybe I'll put a circle there. Okay, now his legs. So how you do the legs is up to you. I'm going to go straight down with this. Come up, straight down. There's one leg, and let's make a big foot. And then here's the other one. My robot's got long legs. Robots can look silly. What? And then I'm going to make a line here. That's where his shoe is. Maybe I'll give him some circles on there. You can make your robot's feet however you want. And then I'm going to put some more stripes that go along his legs. Okay? So I want you to look at that handout and decide how you want your robot to look. Draw it with a pencil first. And then you'll need to outline it with a black Sharpie. All right, this is another one that I made. Let me show you. This one is a girl robot. So you see I gave her a little skirt, and I gave her some little pigtails and bows in her hair and some eyelashes. So I made her look a little bit different. So after you've drawn it, get your robot just how you want. You see again, I made her fill the page. She starts at the top and goes all the way to the bottom. I'm going to show you how to color these. So we're going to be using markers and water, washable markers, and we start at the top. If you start coloring down here and put your hand in it because you're coloring up here, you're going to smear everything. Start at the top, work your way down. That's very, very important. All right, I'm going to start with her face. So I would like her to have this magenta color face, I think. So I'm going to take my marker. And you know what's really neat about these markers? They have a way that you can make the lines thin when you hold the marker up, but if you put the marker sideways, you can make thicker lines. So I am going to outline her face and all of the shapes that are in her face. And I'm kind of using the side of my marker because it kind of makes the line thicker. And you don't even have to really color this in. I'm going to show you when you add that water, it really makes the marker go a long way. It really actually ends up saving you some on your marker. You don't waste as much marker doing it this way. So see, I'm just outlining all of the shapes inside the face. Then I have over here, I have a little container that has some water and my paintbrushes. And I am just going to take this one paintbrush, see it's in the water, drag it and get some of the water off. You don't want all the water, but you want to get some of the water off. And then I just go in here, you don't want too much water, and I just paint. And see what happens? It makes it look like watercolor. It's just so pretty, and the colors look so vibrant, and it makes your shape have some character because the edges are a little bit darker. And when your paintbrush starts to get scratchy, you just stick it, dip it very gently in the water. If you get too much water on there, drag it on the side, and you finish it out. Okay? So see how I'm starting at the top, and I'm going to work my way down. So still at the top, I have a few things left to do. I'm going to do her bows. I'm going to put that in the water while I'm not using it. I think she'll have green bows, and these bows are so small, I'll just color them in with marker, and I won't even add water. On the things that are really small, you can just color those in with your marker. Okay. So, finish out, let's see, on the eyes, I'll just do this real quick. We could make those eyebrows yellow. And again, these are small, so I'm just going to color these in. And I think I'll make her have a little yellow nose. Now, as I get ready to do the body, I'm going to show you one more time. I think she will have a turquoise body. So again, outline, outline, And I'm using the side of my marker like I showed you. And then all these shapes inside outline just the outside of them, because you can color the inside of those shapes with your marker. And that'll give you just enough marker to make where your water will kind of blend it out and make it look like watercolor. You don't have to color the whole thing in. All right, so I'm kind of cleaning my brush off. I'm just kind of dancing it around on the bottom of that container. Drag some off. And then again, you want to use kind of a small paintbrush, teachers, for this, so the kids can, you know, be able to do a little detail stuff. Oh, I love how that turquoise just blends and turns into a pretty watercolor. So pretty. All right, so you will finish out all of that. Coloring it, take a little while. It might take you several weeks because I want you to work hard and do a good job. I'm rinsing my brush out. Now, when you're finished, look at this one. If you can tell, there's a little gray around it. It needed a little extra, maybe a little shadow. So I took my gray marker. This one's called Dolphin Gray. It's a light gray. This would not look good with a dark color, people, okay? So you need to use a gray if you're going to do this. And I outlined the entire outside of my robot, all of just the outside. So like I went around here, and I'm using the flat edge of my marker, outline everything. I'm not going to outline everything. It would take too long, but you kind of get the idea. I'm even outlining my little curly cues. And then the same day, because you want your marker to still have a little wetness to it, so you would do this all in the same day, you get your water on your brush and just kind of, see how I'm kind of circling with that? And it just kind of gives it a nice little shadow, and it blends it, and it just gives it a little character, okay? So I want you to finish coloring yours, do all those things I showed you, and I cannot wait to see your unique robots. Be creative, use your imagination. I can't wait to see. Thanks. Bye.